Once upon a time, there was a little rooster who began to think that he made the sun rise. Every morning, as soon as he would crow, the sun would rise. He had not said anything about this to the other animals on the farm because he was afraid they would laugh at him. But day after day, the same thing happened. Now he thought, it must be true. I do make the sun rise with my cock-a-doodle-doo. Even though he was a very young rooster, he felt so very important, and he crowed as loud as he could. He woke the cows. And he woke the sheep. And he woke the pigs. And he woke the chickens. And he woke the dog. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. I make the sun rise when I want it to. Now he decided it was time that his friends on the farm knew how important he really was. He ran to the horse. I make the sun rise. But the horse just laughed. The sun rises because of me. But the oldest cow said, I doubt it, Little Rooster. If it weren't for me, the sun wouldn't rise. But the sheep just said, the sun can't rise unless I crow, the little rooster said to the pigs. But they were too busy eating to care whether it was true or not. I make the sun rise, he said to the chickens and the dog. But the dog was too tired to be bothered. And the chickens were in a bad mood, so they pecked at him until he flew away. Cock-a-doodle-doo! The little rooster crowed to the whole farmyard. I do make the sun rise, and I'll prove it too. Early the next morning, while it was still dark, all the animals had been gathered together by the little rooster. Sure enough, as soon as the little rooster crowed, the sun began to rise. The animals couldn't believe what they saw. It seemed that the rooster had told the truth. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! I make the sun rise when I want it to. Now he wanted everyone to know how important he was. I make the sun rise. Cock-a-doodle-doo! I make the sun rise. Cock-a-doodle-doo! I make the sun rise. Cock-a-doodle-doo! All the other animals on the farm heard the little rooster boasting, and soon they had all come to see the wonderful little rooster who could make the sun rise. The little rooster swelled with pride.
How do you make the sun rise?
Like this.
Quack, quack. Show us how you make the sun rise. Nah, show me. And me. And me.
And so each animal wanted to hear how the little rooster made the sun rise. He crowed. And he crowed. And he crowed more than a young rooster ought to crow. Finally, when the last animal had asked the little rooster how he made the sunrise, the sun was already setting in the west. And when the little rooster crowed for the last time, there was a strange feeling in his throat. But he was too proud to worry about that. All the animals decided they would come back to see the little rooster make the sunrise the next morning. The next morning, when the little rooster woke up, his throat felt much worse. He drank some water to see if that would help. And he could hardly swallow. But, he thought, I'm much too important to worry about a little thing like a sore throat. So he set out to make the sun rise. A mouse heard him go and woke some ducks. The ducks woke other animals. The animals knew they were about to see something very wonderful. Now the little rooster was ready. His throat still hurt, but he took a deep breath and flapped his wings. He was going to crow louder and longer than he had ever crowed before. But when he opened his mouth, no sound came out. What was the matter? He tried again. Still no sound. The animals began to wonder. The little rooster tried to crow again and again, but there wasn't a single sound he could make. The animals could see that he had lost his voice. And while the little rooster stood on the fence post trying to crow, the sun slowly rose. It came up just as it always did. Now all the animals knew the truth. The little rooster knew the truth too. The sun rose whether he crowed or not. He wasn't that important after all. He only thought he made the sun come up. Soon all the animals who had come to see the little rooster were gone. Only his friends were left. But were they still his friends? And would they still want him to live on their farm after he had been so proud and bragged so much? I was too proud, thought the little rooster. Now I have lost my friends. He was sure the other animals wouldn't want him to live with them anymore. And so the little rooster decided he would have to leave the farm where he had lived all his life. But was he right? Did the animals really want him to leave the farm? Don't go away, little rooster. The little rooster stopped. Listen to your friends. The little rooster turned and listened to his friends. Meh. It doesn't matter to us if you don't make the sun rise. Meh. Oink, oink. You wake us up each morning. Oink. And that's just as important. Stay with us, little rooster. Could the little rooster believe what he had heard? Yes, he still had his friends, and they wanted him to stay. And so the little rooster did stay on the farm. And, you know, his throat began to feel better. And the very next day, and every day ever since, the little rooster has crowed at sunrise and awakened the animals on the farm. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Knowing your job and doing it well is very important too. Almost as important as making the sun rise.